Hello, you're welcome to my platform. I'm Ifeanyi Chukwani, and on today's episode, we are going to talk about the 5 reasons why African leaders have not been able to provide for our citizens the basic amenities which other continents have been able to provide. But before I proceed, I want to specially apologize to my viewers about my absence. I mean, honestly, it's been 3 weeks and I've never uploaded any video. The truth of the matter is that the last election points out to me, as in personally, I discovered that the youth in Nigeria have actually decided to fix the mess that the country is in. But those old evil rulers who have in the country actually played the tribal card. And unfortunately, some of the youth fell for it. But away from that, let's talk about why we don't have good roads in Nigeria. In other African countries, we don't have potable water, we don't have, our education is just shit. As electricity is still something it's something we still see now and then it's off the next minute. So, but why these things? Stay tuned. There are many complex factors which actually act as an impediment for African leaders to provide basic amenities for their population. One of such factors is the historical factor, the legacy of colonialism, which oftentimes involves the exploitation of African resources, and worst of it all is the imposition of structures and systems which are alien to us, that has actually had a kind of lasting impact in our development. I think that is one of the biggest so far because it's fundamental to the development of Africa. The second one is political instability. Conflicts and wars have disrupted the developmental process of many African countries, and this actually affects the building of infrastructure or even the provision of the basic amenities we're talking about. Thirdly, economic challenges. Many African countries face significant economic challenges, which is very evident in the fact that you have a lot of poverty in most African communities, inequality, and lack of investment in key critical areas like our education, healthcare, and infrastructures. And as long as we don't invest in this area, there's no how we'll be able to provide those basic things we need. Number 4 is corruption. Corruption and mismanagement of public resources can also undermine the ability of the government to provide those basic amenities. And of course, we know it's as if corruption is a normal thing in the African continent. The 5th one is the lack of infrastructures. Many African countries face challenges in building and maintaining basic infrastructure like good road, water systems, and the energy networks. And of course, these things are essential for building or offering the basic services that we are talking about. So as long as you can't even provide these roads and other things, I wonder how the basic services can actually be offered. Now, beyond the 5 challenges that I highlighted, the most potent of them, on which I didn't mention, is the people. Most Africans are passive about politics, and I dare say that African politicians are the luckiest in the world, because it is as if we Africans love to praise those that kill us. Politicians in other climes, let's say in Asia or the Western world, would never get away with 20% of the nonsense we take from our African politicians. And it is as if what we allow will continue. And the fact that we don't have basic amenities in Africa is because we allow it to continue. Now, let me demystify the issue and also profile a solution. Considering the fact that I've mentioned that the 5 key factors to why there is no basic amenity anywhere in the African continent, you find out that I did not mention the waste or the interference. The truth of the matter is that as long as the waste is concerned, the value or the relevance of Africa lies in our ability to provide our natural resources, crops, minerals, and cheap labors for them. And they don't care about whether we're going to benefit anything from globalization. This is why during the Cold War, the ideological consideration favored capitalism. And then of course, because our bargaining power in the economic system of the world is actually weak, we had no choice than to fall into to that trap of capitalism. And most African countries, whether we like it or not, are practicing capitalism mirrored towards the pattern of the West. And then even our political system, almost our educational system, almost everything we do is mirrored to theirs. And this is why it's as if we're not working, because we are not using our own authentic system. We're actually doing what we see others do. And it's not favoring us. Why those things are working for them is not working for us, because we're different people here. Now, what is the solution? The solution is right leadership. Once different African countries get right leaders that can build a kind of reputable system that will actually understand our culture and work with what we have and who we are, then just give it time. Africa will be great, even greater than most countries in the West. And we as Africans need to actually be open-minded and learn from where necessary, like pick leads from, if it's China, things that we know we can work with that will be good for us, and then we'll have to use it and, you know, implement in our own system. I love the Chinese people. I mean, if you go back 30 or 40 years back, China was just nothing. But China have been able to China of today have been able to come out with providing high standard materials which are still affordable. How did they go about it? They were able to navigate the system and understand what works for them. They did not copy capitalism. They actually developed their own, system. So I actually end today's episode by saying this: we actually have to build a continent that will be better than what we met. I mean, if you are born here and it is this way, you have to live it better than you met it. So thank you guys for watching. Kindly like, share, and subscribe. Catch you up next week. Bye.